GES second day session lo Krida Parisramalo Vyapara Vijayampai Charcha Jarugutondi. Indulo Sania Mirza, Mithali Raj, Pullela Gopichand Palgonnaru. Live lo chuddam.
Whether it is entrepreneurs, even people who want to support, they would say that ladki kitne saal tak khelegi. So why do we invest in her? Might as well invest in a boy, invest in a male player. So that is why when we struggle in the initial periods, we handle all those pressures and the difficulties, the challenges. By the time we mature enough to represent, we are so mentally strong that the pressure at the highest level, we are able to deal with it.
It's interesting, it's actually in your sport as well. Your number one athlete is a woman, isn't it? Was that packaging? Was that just great skill, great class? Was that simple? Because you've created a business where the number one athlete's a woman.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about her, actually. Yours is a sport that's not very well understood.
So, as an entrepreneur, when I hear the athletes talk, I see them focus on the problem, but not really see it from a business perspective. So Sania's saying that there's 2 pages of IPL and then nothing on one page, all the sports are crammed. That is a function because the CEO of IPL, who I don't know, is a phenomenal marketer. Like, it's not because that the media and newspapers are biased. It's because they will do what sells. They will do what gets the most clicks. They will do what gets the most advertising revenue, right? So the thing that sports all over Asia lacks, if they had a rock star CEO to take care of badminton, or a rock star CEO to take care of tennis in India, okay? And I mean rock star, I mean we pull someone from the US who's done NFL or NBA, whatever it is. The reality is, in Asia, sports is massively underdeveloped because there are no qualified entrepreneurs running the show. So what ends up happening is IPL is a great example, of a great entrepreneur who started this thing and really took it off with the whole Bollywood sexy factor, made it really, really watchable. And I know there were some efforts to do that with tennis here in India, but again, I really believe that is the gating factor. If you had, because it goes back to what you said, people in Asia don't view sports as proper business. But you know what's crazy is sports is actually the biggest business in the world. It's a $200 billion revenue business just in US alone. So actually it is much bigger than many industries here all over Asia, but Asians don't view it that way. And so I did some studying before I launched One Champion. It's very simple, is that because the Industrial Revolution happened faster in North America and Europe, ahead of Asia. They went from building roads and buildings and factories to building IP-based business like software, technology, media properties, and sports. Meanwhile, Asia, lagging decades behind, India is still building roads and factories and hotels and infrastructure. That was the last few decades of building. So I think the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, we're going to see a massive explosion in sports in Asia as people understand, wow, this is actually massive business. Literally, IPL went from 0 to worth a few $1 billion in a matter of years because of a great entrepreneur and a great marketing plan. So, I don't look at all the problems that Sania is pointing out and everyone on the panel as permanent. I just think it just needs great entrepreneurs to lead the way in each sport, and you'll see that those 3 pages will end up being 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, or whatever, equally split across all the sports. But right now, IPL dominates, not because of it's some intrinsic thing. It's because there's great stars, great marketing, great entrepreneurship, and great media exposure.
So do we need more marketing then? Is that what it could come down to eventually? Package stars. We're seeing that already happening in a sense with Saina and Sindhu in your sport, while they're not professionally packaged as stars, but everyone knows about them now. So is the future of sport in its packaging and selling to consumers, much like you're selling software?
Yeah, whether we like it or not, I think that's the way it is, in a sense. It has to go that way to survive. And yeah,
is the badminton league a step in that direction?
I think we've been very good reviews with the badminton league. Players, lot more players getting an opportunity, and things looking good from that perspective. So we've in the BWF and in the badminton world of the league, I think badminton is one of the sports which is played around the year, and that's why you get to hear week after week almost getting. But unfortunately, somebody like a Sakshi Malik, after the Olympics, it's almost nothing in the sense we haven't covered almost till the Commonwealth and the Asian Games. We hardly get to hear them. So definitely some sports suffer because of lack of a proper calendar, lack of proper interest in people following up. And yes, it will be tough for sports to compete against, because it's a chicken and egg thing, which Sania kind of mentioned. You get stars, you need champions, you need to make stars, you need to get role models, and then the whole cycle. And then maybe cricket did it from '83, and today we are seeing it differently. Many sports may not have that opportunity to do it, and marketing is important. I would really love to see, because when I was young, we had a state championship, we had full crowds coming, and today we have a state championship, not a single soul turns up. So I think it's a challenge.
My son told me the challenge for sport is not sport, but the challenge for sport is that Thor is releasing that week. That Thor is releasing that week, or there's some other movie releasing that week. We are now not only in the sports industry, we are in the wider catch your eyeballs industry.
So whether we like it or not, to say your answer, we have to market the sports better, and sports have to kind of innovate themselves to ensure that they are marketable.
You know,